I was gifted this lovely tray of fuchsias by my friend Matthew here, and he suggested I plant them as bedding plants in my flower bed. But knowing me, I try to make bonsai from everything. I'm sure you can buy these quite easily from garden centers and some other department stores that sell plants. And fuchsias, believe it or not, are quite good for bonsai. Many years ago, I remember we had a customer who was the president of the local fuchsia society. And he used to make a lot of lovely fuchsia bonsai, usually using the ones that have small leaves and small flowers. Again, using basic bonsai principles, as long as you start showing the trunk, if you reveal the trunk, you will begin to see a tree shape. I know that I'm going to be removing some of the flowers, but knowing fuchsias, they will bloom very quickly again. Fuchsias are one of the easiest plants to propagate from cuttings, softwood cuttings, ever so easy. So I've only done that so far. I haven't even put any wire. I can put some wire should I want to. Let me try and wire it, because I'm not usually a fuchsia person, but I'm sure we can do some wiring to enhance the shape. 295, I think, is huge. Okay, so we will use, this is 1 mil wire. And of course in China they use chrysanthemums for making bonsai, but those chrysanthemums are grown for about 18 months till they get a woody stem. You can overwinter the fuchsias and get a woody stem. So general principles of bonsai, meaning we are going to create a triangular shape. As long as the shape is triangular, you can't go wrong. A bit of leaf cutting and you will get the smaller tree. I've just put one piece of wire. How simple is that? How simple is that? You must admit it does look like a tree. And I've got about 10 new cuttings that can be produced from that. And these plants probably don't cost that much, but I'm using very expensive pot. That is a 19-pound pot. It's a green crackle glaze, very high quality pot that has come from China. Look at that, white crackle glaze. And this is another celadon glaze pot. So these lovely little pots, again crackle glaze, would be ideal for this sort of plant. And knowing the plant, I can be a bit rough. I shouldn't use the word rough, but knowing plants, I'm just cutting some of the roots off. Enjoy it for one season, and if you're green-fingered and have facilities for overwintering the plant, this is not so central, but you get the idea. How easy is that for a little bonsai? And as a gift, let me gift it to you.
Thank you very much.
Gift it back to you. And then they're all very much the same. I think if we grew taller, you could even make like a semi-cascade out of it. Let's look at each of these trees. They're all suitable for bonsai. So I can see people rushing to garden centers to buy these little things to make little bonsai from it. I don't know why I keep giving all these secrets away, because I don't make any money. Okay, so this is just what we call a pruning exercise. Pruning the flower buds off, but I guarantee you within 2 weeks I will get some new shoots and new flowers growing from here. Again, basic principle is to show the trunk and perhaps do a bit of wiring. And this one I can plant at the side like this. Look at that for root pruning. I'm not really root pruning, I'm just reducing the root ball to fit this little pot. This is planted at an angle. Keep it watered and you should be able to get a very credible tree. No wiring whatsoever. How cute is that? So these little fuchsias can all be used in this fashion. I'll follow this through. And talking of these small flowered plants, we have a type of Japanese miniature rose that came as bonsai, and I make cuttings from it. And these were cuttings I made a year ago. And as you can see, I put several stems into one pot, and they've all rooted. The beauty of these plants is that the flowers are very small. Look at how cute that is. How cute that is. And the leaves are small, and the flowers are small. Again, without any pretensions to making bonsai. We can wire the trunks if you wish. I think I will just part the stems a little bit. Again, basic bonsai principles, if you separate the stems to widen the tree, it may look a little better. Those of you who are keen gardeners will know that roses grow from cuttings very, very easily. Very easy to grow from cuttings. I've even made cuttings from roses I buy at supermarkets because they all will become plants. In fact, I've got a very nice old-fashioned rose that's deep purple in color, and that was produced from something I bought from a supermarket. And you see I use quite a thick stem, and by using a thick stem I've already got a thick root for this tree. So let's see what we can make out of this. Many of these small plants, which are almost in effect accent plants, they can literally be done just before a bonsai show, and you will get a very credible result. Look at that. So there are more. Let me do another one to show that it's not a fluke. This tree, I notice, they sucker from the base, and if you have this sort of situation, you can pull the suckers out and get another plant. So that's a separate plant there. You see, look at that. It's all joined at the base, but I can separate them. There, see, look, I've separated it, and I'll get several plants from that. The more you prune, the more prolific the growth becomes. I could make no end of cuttings from this. So you see the possibilities from this. So there you go. I hope this is giving you some inspiration for making little flowering bonsai from these miniature roses.